Hello and welcome to the Ninkolegy podcast. We are here with Tiggy Draws.
No, just no. No. Can I go now?
No. Unfortunately, co-host Soul Foxy will not be making this episode.
Because it's what? 3, 5 in the morning?
That's random. So, what are we going to be talking about today?
Dark feelings, Disney, depression.
Alright, continue.
You say something first.
No.
I have no clue how this works. Introduce me to this podcast.
Well, first of all, I can show you some of the titles on my phone, because we have background footage playing on my computer.
Oh wow, they're so interested.
They're probably not interested in our voices.
No, they're just watching the game and reading the subtitles. They're not even focusing on what we're saying. And to the 80 people who are multi-focusing, you deserve a round of applause.
We have 4 episodes.
Nice. You do not do a lot on here, do you?
Not really.
Twitch. Okay, I understand now. We're still talking about what I said. Okay.
Yeah, you're like the first person that wants to talk about something interesting.
Really? Okay, I'm gonna throw out some Disney shows, and you have to tell me their meaning, and then I'm gonna say a dark one. Some of these things have already been said by other people, so...
Namely Film 3.
No, and some other people, but just... Okay, Ariel. Meaning. Good one.
Good one. Mermaid, true love.
Okay. The correct answer to the good meaning, because that was just mermaid, true love.
I haven't
no,
watched
the
it in
good.
a while, bro.
What?
I haven't watched it in a while.
You had Disney Plus. You had is the keyword. You need to get it again.
Yeah,
Also,
Loki.
yeah, and don't forget about Black Widow.
Who could forget about Natasha? Scarlett Johansson.
Anyways, good meaning of that is, true love. Yes, that was correct. But true love triumphs over deadly contacts with sea witches. I didn't say contacts, I said contracts, by the way. And the bad meaning is, Ariel's a stupid idiot.
What do you mean?
Okay, so first of all, if I were going to make that movie, I wouldn't make the princess as stupid.
Stupid?
Yeah, she's stupid. First of all, she's not just stupid.
We can totally turn off The Last of
abandoned.
Us and just watch some clips of Ariel.
She's literally... Here's why. First of all, when her dad warns her about the people, not because he doesn't want her to fall in love, but out of protection because they are humans... And last thing they want is a monster, or that's what they consider mermaids, because mermaids can be confused with sirens. And technically, Ariel's singing voice and stuff, that draws men. If you look at the evidence, I don't care if Disney intended her to be a mermaid. By all the evidence, technically, if you want to get technical, she's a siren, charms people with her voices, normally sailors. Except instead of dragging them to the death, she saves them and charms them with her voice. Also, she falls in love with a sort of jerk because he only loved her for her voice, hence the siren thing. And he abandons her when he finds the sea witch, Ursula, pretending to be her with her voice, using her magic shell, which honestly, they could have just solved the problem by busting the stupid shell, which would have broken the contract. But no, they had to ram through her. Also, it's Ariel's own fault she's in this predicament. She gives you a chance to look over the contract before you sign. Most people just sign it. And then they turn into seafoam because they don't fulfill their promise. And they're selling their souls. If this doesn't sound like some scam. You sell your soul for a pair of 2 legs when really it would have just been easier because the seagull comes up with all these contraptions using human stuff. You could have just made stilts or something and kept your tail and made him love you for your personality, but no. Or you could have had your dad do it and say it was for recon, but no, she made a deal with a sea witch and didn't read the contract. That's what I have to say about Ariel. Another show. Lion King.
Shouldn't have to worry about whatever life throws at you and put the past behind you.
Downside to that. Downside to that. It is, okay. In the comments, if you've seen Shakespeare or even read Shakespeare, because you can't really watch it unless they're like movies or TV shows I don't know about, but if there is, please let me know. Shakespeare, the plot line is literally Hamlet from Shakespeare. Literally.
What?
Illuminati, please don't come and get me. Literally, think about it. The plot of Hamlet, I'm going to describe Lion King. I know you haven't.
I don't read books.
Okay, so let me describe one. It's either going to be Hamlet or Lion King. I won't tell you because I won't say if they're humans or animals. The dad dies, tragically. The uncle murdered him. So the son goes away or stays there. The son goes away and gets haunted by the dad's ghost, telling him to kill the uncle. He kills the uncle and rises to his proper place. Which one was I describing? Answer. Which one was I describing?
Do I have any options to pick between?
Lion King or Hamlet? Which one was I describing?
Probably both.
Yeah, you're right. Unless I'm getting them mixed up with another play, but if I'm right on this, they both sound awfully similar. And if I'm missing some plot details, please let me know. But they're awfully similar in some key points. Okay, they are different because there's not a talking monkey. He doesn't meet up with people who tell him to put the past behind him. And it's Rafiki, I know that. He doesn't meet Pumbaa or anything. So they are different, but the main plot points are literally Hamlet. Am I pronouncing that right? Tell me in the comments below. Okay. Let me throw out another one. Let me think. What's a good one? Sleeping Beauty. And yes, I will be also going off of the Brothers Grimm. So, if you are under the age of 12, avert your ears. And if you like this kind of gory stuff, stay.
I was going to put a PG-13 rating on that.
Too bad. It's Brothers Grimm. Do you really want a 12-year-old who doesn't like gore hearing this?
I don't want anyone.
Okay, anyways. Sleeping Beauty. Just the story Sleeping Beauty. We're not clarifying it Disney or anything.
Story Sleeping Beauty.
Good meaning.
Is there really a good meaning to it? I'm gonna say true love.
I'm going to say 3 things really quick.
Three
You
things.
ready?
Yeah.
Snow White. Frozen. Sleeping Beauty. Cinderella. Pocahontas. Tangled. Tiana.
Jeez, bro.
Hidden in them, or the main point is true love triumphs over all. So if you are just looking for a key point and can't find one, like the power of magic or of knowledge wins over all, if you can't find that, just say true love. It applies. Tangled. Finn Rider. Also, that's not his real name, but because I don't feel like saying his Eugene Fitzherbert, they still live on. Their love lives on. Tiana. Tricks the Shadow Man, or Dr. Facilier. True love wins. Snow White, literally, the whole point was a guy kissing her. True love. There. Boom, blah. Same with Sleeping Beauty. So if you can't figure out what the meaning in there, and it's a princess movie, probably just say true love.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to come back with the Brothers Grimm or Disney and just delete you. But anyways, and the bad meaning, lack of consent, and this has been brought up by many YouTubers, but it's still there. Lack of consent. And Brothers Grimm, if you go by the Brothers Grimm, which I think wrote a bunch of these fairy tales originally, let's just say lack of consent wasn't all that happened. Also, beware of lots of hidden meanings, like in the Brothers Grimm, beware of your mother-in-laws because they will try to kill you or your children. That is literally in the Brothers Grimm. It's much darker. Also, killing the bad guy is okay as long as it's inhumane.
What?
Literally, in all Brothers Grimm, the villains died in the most inhumane ways possible. Evil Queen, or was it Maleficent? One of them died by them shackling her feet with burning hot chains and then making her dance on coals till she died. And Cinderella?
What the frick?
In Cinderella, killing the stepsisters,
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to
they
Stranger
chopped off their limbs
I'm gonna
to
stick,
fit in the
I'm gonna
slippers.
stick to Nickelodeon.
And then crows fed on their flesh. Cinderella's wishes
what the
too.
frick, bro?
Yeah, I actually support Brothers Grimm because those princesses are not someone to be trifled with. This is just the Disney section and Brothers Grimm section. There is a whole nother section besides Disney. I will make Disney references though in the other sections. Just so you know. Anyways, you throw out a few Disney movies for me and I'll give you the good and bad.
Alright. My computer just sounded like a airplane engine.
Okay, go ahead. Stop being distracted.
Ooh, what's a good one? Moana.
Good. You can go beyond anything to do anything for anyone you love.
I would
And
also,
triumph
I would also
anything.
say, not letting other people tell you what to do.
That's actually kind of a bad thing. Because if you just apply that
Well,
to
it
every...
depends.
Because the good thing has to apply to everything. So if you say, not letting people tell you what to do, there goes the law. We're not condoning that, by the way. I'm warning against it.
Yeah.
Bad thing, it's totally okay to leave all of your family and friends over a myth that your granny that is dying told you. We're playing this to real life. It's not how that turns out. It's totally okay to leave them, and when the myth turns out to be true, and instead of protecting the boat and keeping the supplies safe, so when the person came back up, they would be recharged. No, you go into a pit of monsters. Also, it's totally okay to go against a lava monster and then invite them closer to you. It turned out okay, but what if it hadn't? Think about that. Another Disney movie.
Hold on, let me look up a couple.
You seriously have to look up Disney movies?
No, I just want to see if I can find any good ones.
Oh, ones that are challenging from a war. I accept.
Funny.
No, I was accepting your challenge. I wasn't trying
One
to be
that's
fun.
I'm gonna throw one at you that you're probably not gonna expect. Dumbo.
Dumbo. Where do I even begin?
What?
Good message. Follow your dreams. They will come true. Same with Cinderella. it's totally okay to trust a crow who smokes. And it's totally okay to jump off a cliff clutching a feather and pray it works and you'll fly. And it's totally okay to be extorted by the circus. Yeah, I was expecting that one all day. Next one. Do you think I'm making you mad?
Wally.
Good message. Even
Does that still count
robots
as
have a chance in love. Literally,
that
love
still
is
counts
hidden.
as a Disney movie, right?
Yeah, it's Disney Pixar. As long as it has Disney helped, then yeah. And it's totally okay to garbage the planet so it gets overrun by robots that may or may not take control. And it's totally okay to trust a pilot and let him throw you around. It's totally okay to not be aware and help your body. It's totally okay to let yourself go out of control. It's totally okay to go back to the planet after doing nothing for years and go into a hazardous environment to plant one thing, and there, by fact, was not enough oxygen to support them, so technically they all should have died unless they took breaks inside the ship. Oh, and robots that have no capabilities of feeling somehow fall in love, I call cap.
Disclaimer. None of that was okay. She was being sarcastic.
I was not being sarcastic. I can hate and love Disney movies.
You were being sarcastic.
Oh, when I was saying it was okay. Yeah, I understand now. Next. Where do I begin with this one?
Oh, no.
Literally, you are throwing Disney Pixar at me. Come on.
Disney Pixars are one of the best films.
I know. That's why they're so good. Okay. You set up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good meaning. It's okay to miss someone. You can still let their love in your heart. You just have to let go eventually and let new people in your life. That's literally what happens at the end. Also, it's totally okay to trick a child into going away from you so they won't bother you. It's totally okay to literally trick a home after being sentenced there by the government, because technically judges are part of the government. It's totally okay to avoid their hearing by going somewhere with balloons. It's totally okay to not let a child in your house at first when you're flying over 2,000 feet, and it's way higher than that, in the sky, and it's totally okay to let them down by rope when you're 2,000 feet above the ground. Oh, and take them through the jungle and almost get them killed like 17 times.
Alright.
Next.
Now. Man needs to be arrested if he's not already dead.
No, he ends up helping raise him at the end, which is what I was talking about with
raise
the love
him for
thing.
what, 2 or 3 years?
No, he lives for a very long time. And actually, watch the credits, people, because it will make you cry. Because at the end, if you watch the credit, it shows the guy releasing a balloon. Sorry, I have a stutter and sometimes mess up words, so if I say something that doesn't sound right, I'll probably correct myself. And if I don't, I am sorry. But at the end, in the credits, if you wait, there is a picture of... No, not Kevin, that's the bird. I can't remember. I'm so sorry. Russell, there we go. He's releasing a balloon, and if you look up, it's Ellie, which was the guy's wife, and Carl in the sky, seeing the balloon turn into a golden balloon, hinting at them both having died when he was around the age of 17 to 20.
Obviously, Ellie died.
Well, way before that, but so first, he didn't have a dad figure, and then the one that finished raising him, he dies, and to remember them, he lets go a balloon that enters heaven somehow. Or whatever you believe in, but they're in the clouds, so I'm just taking it as that. Which will make you cry if you watch the movie. Okay. So, next Disney movie.
Alright. I wasn't gonna say Peter Pan, but okay, Peter Pan.
Yes! Okay, I'm going off of what Disney originally had intended and stories that were told before, Disney made Peter Pan. Not the plays and some of the books, but I'm going off of like the original ideas for Peter Pan and some of the original stories told about Peter Pan. Do you know actually most fairy tales, the reason why they were so grim was to tricking children into doing what the adults wanting and brainwashing them? That's why they were so dark, to scare children into behaving, which I think is a version of brainwashing them.
In the process of writing a song about that with her.
If it turns out bad or I can't come up with lyrics for a year, please expect that because I have ADD and other stuff. So like, yeah. So, anyways, Peter Pan, good things. It's okay to go away and never grow up as long as you come back to reality. Okay, now let's get into the good stuff. First, if we go by Disney film, it's totally okay to trust a random stranger and jump out your 2-story window. I think it was 3 stories actually. And it's totally okay to believe him when he says it's okay. Chopping off a guy's hand is okay as long as you dislike him. Which actually Captain Hook liked Peter Pan at first if you go by when he was a good guy. In the good guy version. But he chopped off his hand. That's why Captain Hook hates him. And that's why he's afraid of TikTok. Because, well, yeah. And it's totally okay to... It's totally okay to pretend to be someone else. Trick children and just all around. Also, try to make them stay in Neverland. Also, sending a bomb to a child is okay as long as they've chopped off your hand. I'm talking about Captain Hook, by the way. And betraying someone you trust as long as they've hurt your feelings or don't like you back. That's okay. I'm kidding, by the way. Please don't do any of this stuff. And if you're going by the brothers, not the Brothers Grimm's. Brothers Grimm, I don't think originally made Peter Pan. But if you're going by the original version and also what Disney had in mind, Peter Pan is the bad guy, by the way. He literally, his whole goal, this will ruin your childhood. So if you adore Peter Pan, don't
Why
just
did
skip
you
over
click
this
on
part.
this video?
Yeah, don't see this part. Like, just skip to where I'm not saying anything about this. But Peter Pan, he tricks children into coming with them by making them say they'll lose their imagination when they'll grow up. When they grow up. Or they can stay kids. Isn't it weird though how only the Lost Boys and Peter Pan never grow up? Isn't it kind of weird everyone else is a grown up? Here's why. Do you know why there are no other children? Because it's obvious Peter Pan has done this before. He knows exactly what to say. Peter Pan takes children there, and the reason why they can't remember things is because he's slowly stealing your soul so him and the Lost Boys can stay young. The only reason why the Lost Boys are still there is because they're the people who he couldn't steal their soul, or they were already there doing this. So Peter Pan becomes their leader because he figures out how to do it with pixie dust and befriends Tinkerbell, who actually, if you want to get into it, Tinkerbell... I was actually warning Wendy when she was yanking on her hair. She wasn't jealous. Also, Peter Pan Captain Hook is actually, the reason why his hand got cut off is because he was trying to save the children. Yeah, he was making them walk the plank, but he needed to find out where Peter Pan was so he wouldn't kill any more children. And, yeah. So, basically, Peter Pan's actually the crook here. But if you go by Disney's, then yeah, just tricking you to come out a window and betraying your loved ones and losing them forever. Because if you stay young forever, then you lose everyone you love. Because when you come back, they'll all be gone. If you do ever go back. So, basically, don't go with Peter Pan, don't go to Neverland. Simple. So basically, Peter Pan's a low-down crook who steals children's souls. That's why he never grew up. And Wendy technically had a part in it. And the mermaids, don't get me started. They tried to drown her, right? That would make them sirens. They have an enchanting voice, enchanting looks, and they tried to drown her. And it was obvious. That is the behavior of a siren, not a mermaid. A mermaid will only kill if it is under a threat. But jealousy is not one of the emotions that a mermaid would kill for. Under distress means like they're hurting their friends or hurting them.
Yeah.
They were just jealous. That is an act of a siren, people. So that's what's wrong with Peter Pan. Next.
Toy Story.
Ooh.
Which was I originally going to say before you interrupted me with Peter Pan.
Oh, yeah, I can get on Toy Story 2. Okay. Not Toy Story 2, but Toy Story franchise. I can get on all of them right
Explain
now.
all of them.
Okay. Good endings, number 1.
1995.
Yes. I've seen all 4 of them,
Yeah.
and they're really good.
Yeah.
Did you forget 4 came out for a second?
No.
Okay. So, number 1. Sorry. Letting someone else have the spotlight does not mean you will never get a chance at it again. That is literally what happens in number 1. Buzz Lightyear is stealing his spotlight, so he tries to eliminate him. So, yeah, I'll get into their bad sides. Number 2. If the toys were humans, killing another person is okay if they're jeopardizing your plans. And stealing is okay. Those are the bad endings. Good endings. Befriending someone even if you don't know them doesn't mean you have to lose your old friends. Number 3. I'm on 3, right?
Yeah.
Number 3. That's where he goes off to call. Okay. Passing something down or on to someone else doesn't mean you're going to lose your old memories. You'll still be there. And when you're an adult, you don't have to lose your childhood spirit. That is what happens. Number 4. Good ending. Just because you're broken doesn't mean you're worthless. Literally, the doll, she was broken. They fixed her. Also, because you're broken doesn't mean you can't be fixed. Bad endings. Number 1. Your toys are more likely to haunt you when you're not around, and they'll mess with your stuff. So if you've noticed stuff moving, or your toys moving, or stuff that you didn't do or your siblings didn't do, and you don't have a dog or a cat, then either A, you've been broken into, or you need to box all your toys up and see if the boxes are open in the morning. Number 2. Where do I get into this? Killing another person is okay if the toys were humans. I'm going off the... Also, stealing is okay. That's what Big Al does. I'm pretty sure that's his name. Also, flirting is okay if you're married. Literally, that's what Mr. Potato Head does to one of the Barbies. He flirt with them. Also, you can let video games control your entire life. Now, if it literally is your job, then I understand. But it being your entire life is bad. Because the dinosaur gets so obsessed that it becomes almost his entire life until he learns how to beat it. Don't let that happen. Number 3. It's okay to be a bad dictator that gets a lot of innocent people. If they were toys, I'm going off if the toys were humans. It's okay to let them get murdered, killed, or beat up, as long as it benefits you and you stay in power. Number 4. It's okay to haunt someone, terrorize them, rip out their voice box without permission, or their larynx in this case, as long as it saves you and benefits you. Also, stabbing someone's tire out is okay as long as it's to rescue your bestie, which that one I actually kind of agree with. And also, yeah, traveling around in a skunk is a good way to deter people.
Question.
Yes.
Which one would you say is the most forgettable?
What do you mean? Like in the Toy Story franchise?
Yes.
Actually, it would be number 4. I know it was a good one, but...
I was going to say either 3 or 4, yeah.
No, 1, 2 is dead on classics. Now 3, you're edging out of the classics, but number 4 just it's actually one of the only one of the only Disney movies who made the first 2 really good. The third one, it was still pretty good. Had a good plot line. I highly recommend it. They actually did a good trio for once. I thought only DreamWorks could do that. Just the fourth one. Yeah, you kind of already kind of
Disney
predicted.
kind of has a bad rep for sequels.
Yeah, you kind of already kind of predicted half that stuff. You kind of expected Woody to go on a great adventure if he was being. You knew within. You didn't know what was going to happen, but you knew if Woody was being shoved in a closet. You literally can just piece together what he's done in past movies when he hasn't got spotlight attention, hasn't been used, or is being used. He's gonna go on some crazy adventure to fulfill meaning. That's what happens in the first one. Happens in the fourth one. He's not getting used, so he goes to kindergarten making Forky, trying to make sure nothing happens to him instead of living out his life. He didn't want to exist. Good side to that, though, don't let your friend delete themselves because they feel like garbage. But yeah, so yeah, the fourth one was very predictable, and when he saw Bo Pete's lamp, you already know she was there and that they were gonna get back together at the end. Like, you knew that was gonna happen. So basically, the first 20 minutes, you knew what was gonna happen.
Why they did that why Woody stayed at the park.
Also, hate to spoil it for you, but any of those who shipped Jesse and Woody, they're cousins. Or siblings, I can't remember. It was one of those. Jesse gets with Buzz. Woody gets with Bo Peep, Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head, obviously. Also, you kind of figure out that Jesse likes Buzz in number 3 when he starts, also, and yeah, Spanish mode, all that stuff. You kind of figure it out. Also, the first one just leads right back around to Buzz becoming the leader that he was always meant to be. Next, I just did a whole saga of movies.
Yeah.
Okay, next. Or should we move on to a different topic? It's up to you.
I guess we can move on to a different topic.
Okay, I'm about to get really, really sad really quickly.
Oh, great.
Yay! And then I'm gonna go back to happy or Disney, one of those. I'm sorry, I'm a huge Disney fan, if you haven't been able to tell. So, real sad really quickly. So, basically, if you're figuring, when you're just asking someone to take away your pain, pain can't go away. That's why so many people go into death, because the only way to truly get rid of pain is through death.
However,
you can never truly fully get rid of pain.
However,
what's the however?
The S word. So the
sewer double dot I.
Yeah. That is a long-term fix for short-term problem.
Short-term Okay, we about to get into a debate. People prepare. Repeat that sentence, and you better say it a bit slower.
I said, self-deletus.
Okay.
Is
sewer double dot I.
Yeah. Is a long-term long-term answer to short-term problem.
You are wrong, my G. You are so wrong. That is only the case about 20% of the time. And double check my facts, please, because my percentage may be off. A short-term problem. What do you call PTSD? That's lifelong problems. You will always have that. That can never, ever go away. Yeah, what you just said applies. No, that applies to everything. You can't just say exclude certain things if it doesn't apply to your case. That's not how this works. PTSD, lifelong thing. You can cope with it, yes. But if it becomes too overwhelming, people do go to suicide. It's a long-term problem, and that was the only way they felt they could fix it. Anxiety. You'll always have that to some certain extent, even if you get it under control. You will always have that little thing in the back of your head. Long-term problem, long-term fix. They feel like it's the only fix. Crippling depression, or just depression. Long-term problem, long-term fix. Family issues, long-term problem, until they're dead, and then you feel alone, like you were the one that did something wrong when they were alive. So you get yourself most of the time into suicide. It applies to siblings, dads, uncles, aunts, mothers. Applies to all of them. Long-term problem, long-term fix. I can keep going on this, so. Not feeling good enough. School. Also, why did the school board decide that elementary students have to wake up at 7 and 6 and sometimes 5:30 to catch the bus at 6 or ride in a car to go to school, when it's proven your brain doesn't truly work unless you are a super duper early bird until around 8 to 10? Unless you're a night owl, and then
they literally get straight into work too.
Yeah, they don't give you a chance unless you have homeroom because you're in middle school.
Usually you eat breakfast.
Not if you're in middle school. In middle school
you don't have.
No, in middle school you don't have breakfast. You have homeroom to chill. For what? It depends on when you get there, how long you get. Yeah, it depends on when you get there. That is not enough time for your brain to wake up unless you have some Gatorade, because I don't think they allow coffee. If they do. And then when you drink coffee, it gives you a super buzz, so the rest of the day you're too hyper to focus.
They wouldn't allow any caffeinated drinks for anyone who's in middle school.
That's not true. That is not true. In my old middle school, I went there for 2 semesters because I got really bad bullied. I may talk about that on a different podcast, but they will allow any drink as long as it is in a thing that cannot spill. So as long as it's not alcohol. So if it's in something they can't tell what it is. If they have to do a sniff check and they find out it's alcohol, then yeah, you can't drink it. But if it's you can bring sparkling cider, that's non-alcoholic and stuff. So yeah. But if that wears off, you are just done for the rest of the day. So anyways, so yeah, stuff like that happens. So back to the sewer I. Yeah, long-term problem, long-term fix. Literally, it's not always a short-term problem.
What do you think is the...
Most of the time, long-term problem, long-term fix.
What do you think is the...
You told me this fact before. I know it. You're going to pop out. What do you... Okay, first of all, the most... unless it's changed... Since I've looked it up, it's men and it's teens to
25
to middle-aged adults.
Yeah.
Just facts. Also, if I hear another girl or some boy that has a perfect life say, "You don't know my pain."
Oh my word, yes.
I am going to drop kick you.
I knew exactly what you were gonna say, and I'm just
okay, I'm one of those girls who gets it from both sides, because I had all guy friends and then girlfriends. Not like that. But yeah, so friends from both departments, and most of the time it was separate. So I knew what the guys were going through, and I know what the girls were going through, and oftentimes I would matchmake them, and it would work out. So yeah, that was fun. But anyways, and they're like, why are you so scared of saying stuff to me when it's a girl or guys? Because guys have one wrong accusation can land a guy into juvie. Even if it's proven, it will go on their record. They can get self-deleted. They get bullied. And they're like, how do they get bullied? I get it by guys and getting... No.
Oh, my word.
Guys get so mentally abused by women and men in general. They get so abused. Same with some girls. I'm not downing girls. They get mentally abused too. But
however,
right now...
One thing I hate is...
Men, yeah, they get mentally abused.
They can say... I'm going to use the R word here. They can say...
No. Hashtag it out or double dot something.
The rope word.
Yep, rope.
A woman can say that a man...
roped her.
Yeah. And immediately, that man is in prison.
It doesn't matter if they don't have
Doesn't matter if they lied or not.
Because even if
won't
they
fact
don't
check
find evidence, the accusation's still there. And if they can't find evidence that he did
And
it, there's
sometimes-
no evidence that he did not do it unless he has a great alibi, which I am very good at alibis. So if
Sometimes
you mean my help.
accusations are worse than actual
Yeah,
doing
because if they can't prove you didn't do it, then you often get charged for stuff you had.
Your reputation just.
And
Yes.
if you say if a bunch of girls make the same accusation against one guy and it's not true, I get it if girls are feeling scared and they actually, if it's an accusation and it is true, go ahead and say it, girls. But if you just think a guy is contemplating it and then say he did it, that is no. Also,
Oh my word.
girls playing around with that word and playing around with them, and girls saying, I have so much pain, a guy broke my heart. You break their hearts too. Get over it.
If a guy brushes up against you, it is not sexual assault.
Thank you. You probably got too loud for their eardrums there, bud. But yes. Also, girls, if someone is staring at your areas that should be covered by a bathing suit most of the times, you have a right to say, why are you staring there? And he says, well, it's the way you're dressed. Okay, you should not be ashamed. This applies for guys too, because girls can be just as bad. If they are staring at you and it is making you uncomfortable, and
That's male nature.
and that's no. If I hear another guy say that, I'm gonna slap them. You avert your eyes. You look to the ceilings. You look to the wall. You do not look at a girl's parts that should be covered by a bathing suit through their clothing. I don't care.
I personally don't.
Yeah, but if a guy says it's nature, deal with it. Get a teacher, and if they won't listen, get your parents, because most of the time, that can be considered. I can't remember what it's called.
If you're walking in a store, you can't really.
No, if they
can't really
accidentally
stop.
glance, and that's one thing, but if they just keep staring and making you uncomfortable, and you say, hey, they're making you uncomfortable, and they won't back off,
Yeah.
then just get a teacher. And if they like hit you, like they just tap you in a way to be joking, then they probably like you, or they're just bullies and jerks. But also, girls, if a guy is being a jerk or a bully, if you feel like you're about to have to get into a fight, if you have a phone, which most of this or even a flip phone, they can still record. Immediately press record so you have evidence of this whole. Hand it to a friend, and if you don't have friends, set it up where they can't see it. It's okay if it's okay to record something if you need it for evidence. So if they say you had no right and they start getting you in trouble, this applies for males too, because I've seen some guys get in this sticky situation. Record it. And if they hit you before you have time to record, most likely draw as much attention to you as possible, because I guarantee someone will start recording. This applies for in the streets, unless you are being followed and you don't want them to know.
Over.
No.
You're supposed to start recording on your phone.
Oh yeah, of course, record when you're getting pulled over, but most of the time, if they're not racist or jerks, officers, I support officers, but I don't. There are good and bad officers, so just be careful. But in school, because most of the time this happens in school, it happens in the streets, it happens in houses, it happens sometimes between best friends. Record. Your greatest weapon as a girl or a guy, if you don't know how to fight, record. Because most of the time, if you have a valid reason, it'll end up with them getting in trouble. And if they won't listen to you, get a teacher. And if that won't work, get your parents, and make sure you have at least one parent, or get a guardian. Get your aunt or uncle. Because if they back you up, the school will avoid lawsuits at any time. Also, so yeah, just make sure you're checking yourself.
If someone breaks your heart, don't go out of your way to try to destroy their life.
Yeah, don't do that. They break your heart. If they're being if they dump you over text, yes, that was a dumb and stupid thing to do, and obviously rude. But don't ruin their life over them breaking your heart, because either one, the relationship just wasn't working out, or it wasn't meant to be. Now, if they dump you because they found a new girl, then but there are also warning signs. But don't just dump them because you think they're warning signs, because that happens a lot. And then also, if you dump them and then you start yapping to your friends about how jerks they were during it, that's why you broke it off, and you tell everyone how much of a heartbreaker they are, don't go spreading that kind of stuff around, because that hurts their reputation just as much as you accusing them of other stuff does. It hurts just as much. And it also hurts them ever getting a girlfriend. Also, don't use the word. Also, this kind of makes me upset, and I just want to bring it up. So if you're homophobic, please leave for this few seconds. Don't assume someone's gay, pan, because I had a friend. He's kind of sitting right here. We were at a camp. It was spread around that he was gay, so girls that they were kind of not nice to gay people, if you know what I mean. They're homophobic. They would not go around him, so he didn't get to make new friends. And the girl ruined his chances because she assumed. Now, if you are, and you told this person and they out you, that's not good either. Don't do that. So check yourselves to make sure you're in the right, to make sure what you're doing is right, and to make sure you can record in case something is going wrong. Now, don't just bust out your phone and start recording if you think something's going to happen. Make sure you're actually in a good moment, because just recording is disruptive in class. But if you find someone being sexually harassive or just harassive, record. And if the teachers don't listen, if the teachers will not listen after one time, or they threaten your life, immediately go to the principal. And if you don't have time to record, tell the principal. Get a guardian. Make sure you have someone on your side. Or get your friends, because most time a bully picks on someone. Also, I get the quiet kid stereotype, but it's actually more than likely true. So, just a warning, don't go picking on the quiet kids. Because they're quiet because they're observing you. The most likely reason is they're observing because they don't have anyone. So, try to befriend them. Don't get on their bad side either, because that's not a good idea. So, beware of dangerous situations. Pay attention to your surroundings. Make sure you are able to record if you feel like something's gonna happen to you. Don't put up with other people's stupidity, and I can't say one word. Don't put up with that. Make sure to stay safe. Also, back to Disney, because I really just want to do at least 2 more Disney movies before this is over.
Okay.
Throw out at least 2 more Disney movies. Please, not at the same time.
Alright. So, Ratatouille.
Where do I get started with this one? This is one of my favorites. Me bashing Disney movies. It is not because I like them. It is because I like them so much that I have studied them in-depthly. Okay, good side. Don't judge someone based off who they are. Don't judge them. Don't judge a book by its cover. Literally, that's the main point of that. Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge from their background. Don't judge from where they come from. Bad things. It's totally okay to trust a rat and let it crawl around on you and bite you. It's totally okay to believe it when they're nodding yes and know that they can cook. You're probably hallucinating. It's totally okay to let a bunch of rodents into it was a 5-star, now a 3-star kitchen. It's totally okay to let them roam around and lock 2 not innocent, but people the health inspector was innocent. Lock them in a freezer for at least 2 to 3 hours. And it's totally okay to believe a tall guy and let criticism get to you that you abandoned your only friend, and that when you do betray them, that you get mad at them for when they do what they do. It's also okay to steal from people.
I have 3 more movies. They're very forgettable.
Okay, 3 more movies.
Onward.
How dare you say that is forgettable?
All of these movies have made less money.
I don't care how much money they made.
spent on.
Also, if you haven't watched Onward, go see it. It features I don't know their real names. Oh, Brad Pitt, right? Brad, no, not Brad Pitt. Wrong name. Chris Pratt. Sorry, I get people mixed up. Tom Holland. One is Ethan, one is Barley.
I'm surprised that didn't.
It was such a good movie. Okay, good message. Good message. I'm trying to think. It's okay. It's okay to trust someone. And don't lash out on them when you feel like when they feel like they've wasted your time. Don't lash out on them. Don't betray your siblings. Always be there for them. And just because you're awkward doesn't mean you can't achieve your goals. Bad stuff. It's totally okay to abandon your mother, go on a trip across the country, avoid the cops, run away, have a complete car chase, and assault an officer with a van with a unicorn on it. Technically, it's an alicorn on it. Or is it a Pegasus? I can't remember. I'm sorry. It's totally okay to assault a bunch of them with it. And it's totally okay to leave your brother into certain doom. Oh, and make a manticore, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Yeah. A manticore so mad that it burns down a building and injures some people. Oh, and it's okay to hurt somebody if they betray you in a deal. If you're making a deal with someone and they trick you, it's totally okay to hurt them. I don't believe in any of these except for probably last one. Oh, and it's okay to ruin your school as long as it's to destroy a dragon and to turn your school into a dragon by activating a magical gem.
What in the frick is this movie?
It's awesome. Okay, next two.
I'm gonna go with Soul.
So, did he just say that was a...
Yes, it is a very
good ending. Yeah, I watched so many alternate endings to that movie. I'm trying to remember which ones. Oh, the good ending. It's okay. Just because you had your life and it was cut short doesn't mean your life ended too quickly and doesn't mean your life won't resume. It just means it's on pause for a moment. And live your life to the fullest. Just because it's your dream doesn't mean it matters. Just because... No, that's not what I said at all.
No,
also,
I mean, don't be scared of everything and anything. Otherwise, you can't live your life.
Okay, also... Just because it's your dream doesn't mean that's what you're supposed to be doing. And it's okay to do your dreams. Just remember what matters. Bad endings. It's totally okay to bypass the laws of death. And make a innocent soul become a wanderer. And put several people's lives in danger. And boss them around and tell them they're not actually ready for Earth so they can hand over their Earth badge. So you can live your life even though you've already had yours. Take an innocent child's chance to live. That's okay. As long as it's for the purpose of a Disney movie.
I feel like that was a shot at abortion.
Nope. It wasn't because it didn't exist yet. It wasn't a shot at abortion because when the baby is being made, it partway exists. Soul takes place in the before life. That's when Soul takes place. That's where the one guy is. Also, it's okay to trick souls into thinking you're a different soul than you actually are. Next Disney movie.
Last one, and I don't think you've seen it.
Oh.
Luca.
I haven't seen it, so I can't really judge it. I'm wanting to see it, so I can't really judge it. Different Disney movie. I can't judge a movie I haven't seen, people. And yes, I'm trying to watch it, okay? He has to look it up. How sad.
Cars.
Cars? Which one? Saga?
Saga.
They only have...
Three.
I thought they had 4 for a minute. I was getting Cars.
There's a spin-off.
It doesn't count.
Yeah.
Spin-offs, I don't count them. Okay. Number 1. I haven't seen that one in a while, actually. But, okay, so what I remember... Winning... It happens through love and family. Also, it's okay to be a hotshot and destroy a town. And try to get out of it. That's basically what I remember. Because he does do that. I remember that. he does get back on the race. Okay, number 2. Good ending. You can be anything you want, and always make sure your friends are included. Those are the 2 lessons you learn, Mater. Also, it's totally okay to someone call a fool, laugh at them because you don't think that's who they are. It's totally okay to laugh at them, belittle them, say you don't need them because they made one mistake. It's also okay to call them fools, send them into dangerous places because you think they're someone before getting to know them. It's also okay to literally almost hold on to your best friend who's about to blow up, which is stupid because that's what the one guy does, and it's kind of stupid. And number 3, good ending. You can pass the torch. It's okay to pass the torch. And I think I've mentioned this in previous, but pass the torch. Everything will work out okay. Bad things. It's okay to push yourself too hard until you burn out or flip and crash in a fiery crash in this case. And it's okay to diss someone, which he did this in number 2 to Mater, so I don't know how he didn't learn. It's okay to just destroy someone and make them feel bad mentally because they're not capable of what you think they should be, or because they make one mistake, again with that. It's also okay to treat someone because of an accident that happened, to treat them like they're less than everyone because of a disability or because they're older. Which is what Cruz does to Mater, which I can see why he snaps eventually. Yeah. So, yeah. Any other movies?
I'm running out of movies.
That's sad. I've done 2 sagas so far and a couple of others. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think he's ran out of movies. The fact that there are so many more, and he can't remember.
Not on the top of my head.
Oh, yes, there are like 50 on the top of my head right now. I'm going to list them off really quick. Not 50, but at least a few. Okay. Some of them are actually Descendants, Tangled. Sometimes
Descendants is a Disney movie?
Yeah, Descendants 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
No, 1, 2. Yeah, 3. There is a third. I was remembering correctly. Tangled.
That one was cut short because of Cameron Boyce.
What?
That one was cut short because of Cameron Boyce.
No, I think they're doing a 4th one in tribute of him. Yeah. Also, if you don't know, Cameron Boyce played in it, and yes, he did die. Sadness. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I know I have like 50 in my head, but I'm trying to figure out. Oh, Coco, which I now own. Mary Poppins, Zootopia.
Completely forgot about Zootopia.
Uncultured. No, wait, that's a TV. Do TV shows count? No.
I don't know. I mean, you're the one that wanted to do this video.
TV shows should count, yeah. So, Phineas and Ferb, the Jonas Brothers, which most people don't know they had a TV show, which is kind of sad.
I didn't even know they had it.
Raven's Home, Raven. Sometimes I mix up Nickelodeon and Disney, so Hamilton is now on Disney. Technically, Percy Jackson books were actually written from a Disney work. I'm not sure what it's called. But they were affiliated with Disney when they wrote this, but it got made, but it got put back on Disney. So technically, Percy Jackson is considered now a Disney movie. So yeah, Hamilton, Greatest Showman was put on Disney. Also, these are all of these I'm mentioning are on Disney Plus, which is why I'm counting them. As long as they're on Disney Plus, they count. The Avengers, Thor, Doctor
That
Strange.
counts?
Yeah, they're all on Disney.
Okay, I didn't know.
Any movie on Disney Plus counts.
Camp Rock.
Camp Rock 1, 2. I really wish they would have made a 3, but it never happened.
Because of Demi Lovato.
Yeah. I do not know. Okay, anyways. Camp Rock 1, 2. Oh, High School Musical 1, 2, 3. High School Musical the series.
That one's probably.
Teen Beach 1, 2. I'm pretty sure there's only 2.
Teen Beach is Disney.
Yes, as far as I know, it's Disney. Oh, Austin and Ally, I'm pretty sure that's the name.
Disney.
Annie Mac, I'm pretty sure. Is that how you say that? I'm so sorry for mispronunciations. Give me a second. I've listed off a bunch, I think. Oh, Frozen 1, Frozen 2. How could I forget Olaf?
Yeah, how did we forget Frozen?
Oh, I didn't forget them. The Disney movies just sort of jumble, so it takes me a while to get to some movies I know. Oh, Pocahontas 1, 2, Mulan 1, 2, live action. Also, Lion King 1, 1.5, 2, the TV show, and yes, there is a TV show called Timon and Pumbaa. It's not as good as the movies. I would not recommend it. No offense to Disney. Also, I'm going to say something that may trigger a lot of people. Mufasa deserved it, and I believe that 100%. You should read the books. Anyways, let's go back. I'm trying to think of a bunch of other Disney movies I know, because I know a lot of them. Just give me a minute. My brain is working. We already did all of the Cars. I know there are a bunch of Disney Pixar, but... Oh, Raya, The Last Dragon. That one came out recently.
Yeah.
Raya. I
It's
can't
Raya,
pronounce
it's
her
Raya,
name.
it's Raya, it's Raya.
I'm so sorry if I mispronounce stuff.
That came out in April.
Oh, Maleficent the live action, Mistress of Evil, Maleficent. Sleeping Beauty.
I was actually gonna
Cinderella
suggest
the live action, Cinderella 1, 2, and 3. Snow White. Technically we covered her, but not really. I just mentioned them earlier. I wanted to re-mention them. Oh, how could I forget Aladdin, which is actually one of the first Disney movies that I know that was mainly about the prince, or in this case, the thief. I'm pretty sure there's 3 Aladdin Disney movies and 1 live action, I think. Double check my facts. I'm pretty sure there's 3, because I've seen 1, 2, and I'm pretty sure I've seen 3. That's why I think there's 3. There could be 4. Pretty sure there's 3. And a live action.
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah, Hunchback of Notre Dame 1, don't watch 2. I don't like it, but if you like that sort of stuff, go ahead. And it's Hunchback of Notre Dame. Dame. I probably mispronounced it. It's not Dame. Of Notre Dame. It's literally in the beginning. Okay, look up the beginning music. Look it up, literally. Because it will say what I said. Anyways, back to Disney. My friend has a lot of Disney movies, so I'm just trying to remember.
I didn't even realize
Monsters
there were this
Inc. Monsters University.
That's Disney Pixar, so I mean
It does count. As long as it has Disney in it or it's on Disney Plus, it counts. Oh, I forgot. Natural Geographic is kind of Disney's on Disney Plus, so I can count that. Let's see. New shows are flooding into Disney Plus every day, bro. I wish I had it, obviously.
Controversial opinion. I didn't like High School Musical.
Technically, on certain parts, I can agree with you. On certain parts, I cannot, though.
And compared to the original 3 High School Musicals, High School Musical the series,
if you say it's superior, I promise.
it's not superior.
Oh, thank you.
In any way, not superior.
Thank you. I thought you were going to say superior, and that probably wouldn't have been well for you. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. Also, a video game. Also, Disney. Oh, Pirates of the Caribbean. All of the Pirates of the Caribbean
That
movies.
counts.
Yeah,
Those aren't Disney Plus.
I think some of them are. I don't know. Also, but they are Disney, so it wouldn't matter if they're on Disney Plus. Oh, Lady and the Tramp 1 and 2.
I literally have those on DVD.
I know. You're how I watched them the first time.
You're using.
Oh,
me.
Aristocats.
You're using. Me.
No, I had that on VHS. The old VHS too.
Oh yeah, I had it on VHS too.
Yeah, but I first saw it with my mom when we bought it on VHS. Not when it first came out, but I bought it on VHS. Such a good classic movie. Oh,
It is on Disney Plus.
you need Disney Plus back.
Yeah, because I want to watch Pirates of the Caribbean. All 6 of them.
I don't think all 6 are on there though. I'm trying to think. How many
I
have
might just get rid of my Netflix subscription real quick.
Don't you dare. Why don't you just... Because... Anyways, Disney Plus. So, what were we talking... Oh, yeah, naming off a few of the shows to end this podcast. I have a few more that I could probably list off. I just gotta think really quick. Oh, Stargirl, I'm pretty sure that's the name. Not Ghoul Girl. Oh, Monsters versus Girl or Girl versus Monsters. One of those ways. Kicking It. You said TV shows counted. How could I forget Kicking It? Let's see.
So there's only 4
On there? Yeah, so. But they're originally Disney movies, so they still count.
There's actually only 5 movies. One's a short.
Oh.
They left out 4 on Disney Plus. They have 1, 2, 3, and 5 on Disney Plus.
Oh, they're trying to go get you to buy 4. Or they're just having problems getting it added. Because that has happened to me before. Camp Rock 1 and 2, I think we covered those. Oh, Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure. How could I forget that? It's not a spin-off. It's literally not a spin-off. It's its own movie. It's not a spin-off.
What in the world is Sharpay?
Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure.
What is that?
It's a really good movie. You need Disney Plus back. You are missing out on so much.
I didn't even realize there's this much stuff.
Oh,
on Disney
Runaways, technically, that is under the Marvel movie, but since it's more for teens, I just wanted to mention it. Runaway, super good.
WandaVision.
I said Marvel movies. I counted all of them.
That's a TV show.
Yeah, Marvel movies, Marvel TV shows. All under the Marvel category, buddy. Are you feeling okay? Do you not know how cinema works? I'm now concerned.
I know.
Also, the fact that I can list all of these is actually kind of scaring me. That means I probably need to do something with my life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like make another YouTube video.
Okay, my
It's
real
been
passion
since
is
February.
theories, okay? My real passion is
You
Disney
can
and
still
theories.
put those on your YouTube channel.
I hate the drawing channel. I kind of want to yeet and delete it. It's not good. Just face it. It's not good quality.
You can just forget about the old videos, man.
Literally just, I want to refresh and start as a Disney theorist, because I think I'd be good at it. Also, some of these come from Phil Theory, so you have him to blame for some of my knowledge.
Not Pat.
Yes! We're kind of not...
Matthew Patrick is his name.
Shh, what if he doesn't want that? But
That's common knowledge.
okay, I don't care. Disney. Oh, how many have I mentioned? Now it's getting hard because I can't remember which ones I mentioned. There's one I can't remember the name, but I can describe it to you. It's about this kid who has telekinesis with electronics, so he can control this giant robot. And Zombies 1 and 2. That's how cause the kid that plays the werewolf, can't remember his name. Wyatt. I'm pretty sure that's his name. Wyatt. I'm pretty sure. Please don't get mad at me if I got it wrong. He plays one of the characters on the TV show I'm talking about. It's called M something. So oh, middle stuff. I can't remember what it's called. It features the girl who's right smack dab in the middle, and it's about her crazy life TV series. Casey Undercover. Stuck in the middle. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Casey Undercover. Let's not forget about her. Fabulous Zendaya. Kim Possible. Which one? Kim Possible the movie, the cartoon? Kim Possible the movie, the live action? Or Kim Possible the series?
Obviously the series.
Cartoon. Awesome. Also, the naked mole rat. Just. Also, I like Ron Stoppable. He's awesome. I'd suggest it. Let's see. How many have I done so far? Because Kim Possible doesn't really count because that came from him.
At least 50.
Not 50. I'm not that far ahead.
No, you probably have.
Doctor Strange, all of that's Marvel. I know a bunch. I'm just not going to list every single Marvel movie this is, or we would be here forever.
There's like 20 Marvel movies.
Yeah, Black Widow came out, so now that's out. The Avengers, Age of Ultron,
Okay, let's see if you
Doctor
can do them in order.
Strange, Black
I'm gonna
Panther.
see if I can do them
I'm
in
not doing them in
order. I'm
order.
gonna see if I can do them in
I'm
order.
just gonna start naming them because I know them. Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Black Panther,
Do you count
Avengers.
all of the unreleased ones?
No. Captain America, the First Avenger, Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Oh, and the series. Don't forget the series. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Or I got those two names mixed up.
Right. Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, I don't really like that one. Captain Marvel. I've already said that one, but I'm trying to recap. Doctor Strange, Black Panther, the Avengers, Age of Ultron, the Avengers Endgame, the Avengers Infinity War. I know there are a bunch more. I just can't remember.
There's 24.
I know I haven't named all of them.
That's not including TV shows.
I know WandaVision and Loki. Those are two really good ones.
Did you know Loki was only 6 episodes?
Does he die again?
No, because it's renewed for season 2. So.
And I mean die again. Again.
He did die in Infinity War, and that was really sad.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Because he
By
didn't
them,
get to see what happened
no,
in
but here's
Endgame.
the thing. By grabbing the Tesseract, and
Technically, he
when
was
they
one of the
tried to
first
go
people
grab
fight
it,
Thanos.
when they grabbed it, technically that's undoing that, or it's what caused that. Think about it. Anyways, naming Disney movies. Oh, Finding Nemo and Finding Dory.
Oh my word.
Don't forget them, please don't. I own them. I own those movies. What else am I forgetting? Mickey Mouse and the Clubhouse. Yes, it's for kids, but can't forget it. The old cartoons are still really good, my opinion.
Mickey Mouse in general.
Also, if you're an older person who still likes the original 3, Mickey, Donald, and Goofy, and you like video games, I would suggest Kingdom Hearts. Focus is around Disney, and if you like anime, it's sort of anime, except it's not
It's animated.
Yeah, animated. So it's like
Animated in the anime style.
It's the anime style. And it's Disney, and it's supposedly really good. I watched the how to play videos and stuff, so I get the plot line, and I
Also
really like it.
something-
I just haven't played it yet.
Something else I'll remind you of, like how Disney stuff is animated and anime, is Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah, don't
All
forget.
17 of those games.
Also, let's see. Oh, I can't remember what it's called, but it's with the three amigos. It's actually the series that came out, I think. Oh, don't forget about DuckTales, the old version and the new version. They're 2 separate DuckTales. The one that came. There's something called Spin Something. It's with an old bear and a propeller on it. I can't remember what it's called, but there's DuckTales, the old version, DuckTales, the new version. New version is kind of superior in my opinion. Disney movies. My vast superior knowledge of Disney movies. I probably missed like a whole ton, and I am so sorry. But my brain is starting to not run out of, but they're so clumped together that the more I talk, the less I can remember. Wreck-It Ralph breaks the internet. I haven't mentioned those.
I know. Is that Disney, Pixar, or just Disney?
Can't remember. Disney, I think. Just Disney.
Doesn't seem like something Pixar would.
Also, him making that virus was a crummy thing to do. Spoiler alert. I probably should have said that before.
Spoiler, the movie is almost 4 years old.
Spoiler alert for all Disney movies if you haven't seen them.
We should have said that before doing the Disney theories.
I know that.
A half an hour ago.
Oh, did you know there's a second Peter Pan that features Wendy's daughter, Jane, which means she doesn't get with Peter Pan, all of those who shipped them?
Aha! Get wrecked. Disney will destroy your ships.
No, some of them come true. I've shipped a bunch of people.
I don't ship people. I think it's dumb.
Why do you think shipping fictional characters is dumb? It's pointless, but it's not dumb. It's fun.
Exactly what
If you have anxiety, depression, and or ADD, shipping characters is fun. But if you have depression, mourning, if your characters do not get together, it could lead to more depressing thoughts. Let's see. I know a bunch more. I just can't think. Oh, Cruella.
Oh my word.
Oh, and Dalmatians 1, Dalmatians 2, and Dalmatians 1, Dalmatians the live action, and then 102 Dalmatians. I already said Cruella. That's the first one I said.
Which is also on Disney Plus.
Which is why you need to get it back. I can't believe he got rid of it, but...
Why does Cruella look so young?
In the...
Live action.
Oh, that's actually because it takes place when she was first turning evil. Maybe that's the reason. I have no clue. Mother knows best. Sorry, Mother Gothel just came in my head. Not literally. You know what I mean. There's gonna be a lot of me saying but I do mention more Disney movies. Stop saying
It's okay if
Oh, Ariel 1 and 2. We talked about Ariel, but we forgot about 2.
2 is trash.
Technically, it's not released, and I said I wasn't counting them, but they're supposed to be making a live action. Oh, yeah, I don't understand why she blocked off her... Oh, yeah, because of what happened to her daughter, but seriously, she's part... Also, you should have taught your daughter, because she follows the path of you.
Let's talk about the Disney movies that never got off of VHS.
How long is this thing, anyways?
We're almost at an hour and 20 minutes.
Oof. Sorry.
Not the longest podcast episode.
Oh.
The longest is hour 27.
And we're about to surpass it. Wonderful. I think I'm out of Disney movies. Not because I can't remember, but because I'm... Oh, Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland the live action and Alice in Wonderland the Looking Glass. Or they're the same thing. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure there are 2 live action.
Beauty and the Beast, Jesse.
Oh, don't forget about the live action. I don't think there's a Beauty and the Beast too, because if they did, I'd probably be mad. Also,
no, because if
LeFou. I don't like LeFou, by the way.
Because if they did most...
I hate Gaston too. Dumbest Disney villain to exist. Also, technically...
Gaston's a villain?
No, he tries to kill the lover of Belle for no apparent reason. Oh, jealousy, so it was a crime of passion.
Jealousy is probably not the best thing on the planet.
Yeah. But if I were a Disney villain, I wouldn't do it for jealousy or pride, because that always leads to destruction. Do it for power.
Yeah, we should probably talk about the villains we got.
Oh yeah, so we took I took like 60 quizzes, but I retook it with Mr. Nink here and a friend of ours. Our friend, I described them in what their Disney villain should be, but I can't remember what our friend got. Because my brain is, I know what you got. Okay, so
Yeah, I can't remember what they got.
my villain, which they already said would definitely be me, was Maleficent.
And or the Evil Queen.
Yes, they both said I could be either or. I got both of them.
Yeah.
I didn't change my answers to purposely get her. I changed my answers
They're,
because
like,
when I got the
almost the same
Evil
person.
Queen, I accidentally bumped buttons
They're like
and I
almost the
couldn't
same
undo
person.
it, so I had to go back.
The Evil Queen and Maleficent are almost
No,
the same
Maleficent is 10 times smarter. See,
person.
but
Except for the smarts. But
yeah. Also,
same
Maleficent. All she had to do, because her power is literally magic and curses, curse the stupid fairies that use the sword on you before they use the sword. Thank you. That's why I kind of like the live action movies just a tiny bit better. Anyways, Mr. Nink over here, he got Jafar, which I could totally see. Killer staff, killer looks. Fits him perfectly.
sup. Except I don't have the twisty beard.
Yeah, I don't think he'd look good with a beard or twisty. Imagine him with twisty hair instead. Oh, Meet the Robinson! Meet the Robinsons.
I thought that was a game.
No, it is. That's what I play. It's actually made, most of the time they make their games, they make their movies into games. I own the Wall-E game and the Meet the Robinson game.
Oh,
Don't play the Meet the Robinson game. The last ending on the game I have is broken.
Those two Disney games for the Xbox.
Yeah,
360.
Xbox. But the
360
Wall-E,
to be
but the Wall-E,
specific.
the Wall-E game I would totally recommend. Playing as Wall-E is super fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, also, in the Wall-E game, if you play through the entire game, then you can unlock verses, and you both play as Wall-E, and you can gain weapons and battle each other in mini-maps.
Gain like 3 weapons.
There are 3 different weapons, besides your taser gun. You can roll around in a box,
Honestly,
and
that'd
you
be a good
fight
idea
your
for a battle
friend.
royale.
Yeah, it's a battle royale of the Wallies. It's super
It
fun.
would be a good idea for more than 2 people, but
Yeah, but it's only 2v2.
it's only for the Xbox 360, so
If you don't have it, I'm sorry.
there's not really good multiplayer choices
Okay.
for the Xbox 360 anymore.
Okay, I think I mentioned Zootopia. Yeah, I did. Okay.
Oh yeah, they're making the Zootopia too.
Yeah, I've been on that for years because I've been waiting. Also, raise your hand if your favorite character is Nicholas and
Oh, he's pretty cool.
Nick and not Miss Hop. What?
They renamed Zootopia to Zootropolis.
The original?
Yeah, they renamed it to Zootropolis.
Why?
I don't know.
So if you go to rebuy Zootopia, you have to buy Zootropolis,
It's the exact same movie, just
renamed.
renamed.
But what about 2?
It's Zootropolis too.
Okay.
What?
I don't understand, okay? Disney does stuff, okay? It's Disney.
They just changed the name. The movie's almost 6 years old.
Leave Disney alone.
They leave the
Don't.
movies alone.
Also,
yeah.
some of these Disney movies, Walt would roll in his grave. Also, I still, and me and a bunch of others, have the theory that he is buried, frozen under his castle.
Honestly, if Walt was still alive, he would have a field day with all the sequels. They wouldn't even exist.
Oh, Pocahontas 1 and 2. I got a bone to pick with you.
None of the Disney sequels would exist.
Also, if you wanted, they want it because half of them aren't historically accurate. Also, I am still, because apparently, I don't know if this is still accurate or this is why they took out me, but apparently Disney took out Mushu, my favorite character,
Yeah, they
and
did.
Cricky out of Mulan, the live action, for historical reasons.
Yep.
People.
You can't have Mulan
They
without
actually
Mushu.
did. Most of the time, they do believe in ancestors and guardians. Do they come alive? No. Do they have best friend crickets? No. He makes the movie though. Also, if that were a real witch, but I get it, she's fighting for the bad guys. But in Chinese culture, whether you're a bad guy or not, if you're a witch, you were beheaded. Simple as that. especially if you could transform. Just, I got a bone to pick with them and so many other Disney movies. Also, The Lion live action, they took out Be Prepared unless they re-added it. I don't like it. Oh, Let It Shine, underrated Disney movie. It talks about some stuff some of you may not like, but I like Let It Shine. It is #1 rated on my list. But, okay, if you watch from the actual movie, if you buy the movie, it should have a diss track in it. But if you watch it on Disney Plus, it does not feature that diss track. You can look it up on YouTube. It's when he's roasting the one guy after he calls him out. When he spills stuff on his shoes. So if you watch it and you get to the part with the shoes, and then he's like, that I can find better ways. Yeah, when they're like, you're sloppy and stuff. Yeah, there was supposed to be a thing out of that, but they took it off of Disney Plus, so that kind of made me upset. So yeah, I have a bone to pick with a bunch of Disney movies. Can I be done now?
Yeah.
Listing Disney movies, because I just mentioned my favorite and probably last one. Not my favorite Disney, but my favorite one to end on. How many have I mentioned?
Probably over 50, like you said you were gonna do. I know you've been talking
Also,
about them for the past...
please watch to the end and count up how many Disney movies I said.
Alright.
Remember one later, and it will bug me. I did mention Hamilton, right?
No, you didn't mention
Yes,
Hamilton.
I did. No, I did mention Alexander Hamilton. I did. I know I did. It's in there.
Okay. Well,
Also, get Disney Plus back. I'm going to lose my marbles.
I will see you all in the next podcast episode. Well, hopefully the co-host will join us. I don't know what we have planned for that, but new album. Haven't recorded any songs. It's my bad. Yeah. Have a nice day. Subscribe to her. Subscribe to me. Subscribe to co-host.
Don't subscribe to me. I don't like my channel.
No one likes her channel. Anyway, subscribe to the co-host. Like this video if you want to see more podcasts,
And more Disney theories.
because honestly, the podcast channel gets a lot of likes.
Also, like if you want me to change my channel to focusing on Disney and theories.
Yeah, and comment down below if you think she should keep her videos, her drawing videos on there and just forget about them. Anyways, peace out.